on. If Mel doesn't show up, you're going to be voting, but we'll see.
Very good.
Hi, baby.
It is now 7:30 by my Apple iPhones. So we will call the meeting to order. Meeting of January, first item on our agenda is the minutes of January 21st, 2021. And since Mel is not here, Alan, you are definitely the alternate to vote at this point in time.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. So on the minutes of January 21st, 2021. Any corrections, changes, modifications? I went through it, found nothing wrong. I'm fine with it.
Motion to accept the meeting minutes of January 21st as written.
I second.
I have a second from Alan. Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Move on to the next item on the agenda.
Excuse me, I'm just going to put Renee as an abstention there because she wasn't there. Is that correct?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay,
That sounds fine.
correct.
Next one is election of officers. And we have a committee here. We presented a slate. Want to repeat the slate and then we'll hold the election?
Mary, go ahead.
Bruce or?
Sure, I got it. For Chairman John Van Heist, Vice Chairman Bruce McDonald, Recording Secretary Linda Taylor.
Any other nominations from the floor? Hearing none, we'll call the vote. All those in favor of the slate as presented, say aye.
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 Any negatives? Hearing none, vote is carried. Congratulations, all officers.
Congratulations,
And
everybody.
thank you, officers, for serving.
All right, next item on our agenda is a lot line revision. And I see one of the parties, Mr. Najami, is with us. And I see, I think his attorney or Ward Mizuko is also on also. So somebody want to talk about this? Brian, explain what's going on?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ward Mizuko here. I'm a lawyer for Anthony Nejame, and let me be the first to congratulate you on your re-election.
Thank you.
So tonight's request is pretty simple and straightforward. There are two abutting owners, Mr. Nejame and Mr. and Mrs. Domingos. And Mr. Nejame is constructing a home. And because of the way the foundation was placed through no fault of his, it was found to be slightly too close to the boundary. So he approached his neighbor, and he and the neighbor agreed that they would like to swap little slivers of property. We're talking 53 square feet going in each direction.
Yeah, I'm looking at the map. It looks like a couple little bumps on the lot line.
Exactly. It's yeah, just a little, yeah, no more than you know, they're very, very small. Obviously 53 square feet is like a good sized closet. So that's the extent of the exchange. Nothing else would be affected. And I believe I've submitted the Mylar, or not the Mylar, the map and the,
Has Tom Beecher had a chance to review your documents, Ward?
I didn't submit them to Tom.
Okay. Before we make a ruling, I think I would like to have Tom Beecher's input just to make sure, because you got a lot of documents here, and none of us on the commission are really qualified to say yay or nay on that. I think in principle, I don't think we have a real problem with going along with this revision, but I would like to have Tom's input before we make the final vote. So if we could have the secretary of the commission, please send the all the legal documents and the,
John, do we need a motion for that?
yeah,
Motion move that we, as a committee, send the proposed lot line revision to Tom Beecher for his review and concurrence.
okay, okay. I think at the next meeting, I think unless Tom comes up with something that's unusual,
is there,
we'll be able to say looks like it's a done deal, but really
Second
waiting
on the
for-
motion to
Do
go
we-
ahead, please.
Yeah, we need a second and a vote.
I'm sorry.
I'll second.
You got a,
I'll
oh,
second.
your second?
There's Mel's here.
Well, looks like Dale, you're gonna have to bow out as a voting member tonight.
Your time in the seat is done.
Or I'll vote, I'll duck out because
Oh,
I'm,
you're gonna duck out? You're gonna let Dale stay? That's fine with me.
well, no, because isn't Mel the regular member and I
You're good.
duck out?
Right.
That's the correct process.
The
Okay,
process is Dale was after you.
No,
no, I was.
Ellen was.
Somebody's got a lot of static.
Okay.
Was that Ralph?
Did we vote on that?
Not yet, John.
Okay, I'll call the vote. We got a second on that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All those in favor of sending the paperwork to?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Right?
Chairman, can I ask a question?
Aye.
May I just ask a question about this? Until the commission sees fit to act on this, it kind of stalls the construction of the home. And I know that 2 weeks doesn't seem like a lot of time, but I'm just wondering if there's any way that the commission would consider
Well, you got
approving it.
20 inches of snow on the ground right now, so I doubt you're gonna be doing much construction.
Well, the foundation's in. They can work on the foundation. I was just
Right,
wondering.
the framers work all in all weather. Yeah.
Well, I was wondering if the commission would consider approving it contingent on Tom Beecher's approval. It's the same result, and I'm not disagreeing that Tom should pass on it, but Tom could probably look at this and maybe pass on it, in a day or two.
You probably won't get an answer much before our next meeting anyhow.
Okay, well.
Hey, Ward, this is Bruce McDonald. Can I ask a sidebar question? Why did you not just go for a zoning variance?
Well, with variances having to do with setbacks by someone's error, there's always the possibility that the ZBA would find it a self-created hardship, even though Mr. Nejame had nothing to do with the
Potentially
state.
disallow it, yeah.
It just seems safer to do it this
Okay,
way.
no worries. Yeah, I was just curious. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right, so we'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
Thank you very much for your time tonight.
Okay, thank you. All right, next item on our agenda. Let me pull it up if I can find it. There it is. Oh, we're going to talk about correspondence, minutes of other boards and commissions. And the minutes we are being referred to is the zoning commission of January 14th.
I think I got them.
Yeah,
I didn't get them.
I had to go online to print them out. I just saw them on the agenda, so. Anyhow, what happened of significance at that meeting was if you recall, a couple meetings ago, we had Neil Marcus and the Tony Lacerda, the applicant, talking about on some of the buildings in the village, they may need to rent residential units on the first floor.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes,
it was not Tony Lucero.
it wasn't Tony. Oh, it was.
It was
Mr.
Richard,
Wilson.
Rothman.
Yeah, okay. Anyhow, long story short, that project, which we, I think we sort of looked somewhat favorably on, that was reviewed by the zoning commission and they approved it. Going to allow residential on the first front after a good faith effort of marketing. The applicant cannot fill up his commercial space. So that was the thing of most significance to me on those minutes. I don't know if anybody else has read their minutes for that date, but
Yeah, I think the stipulation was, John, that they had 18 months to
right,
attempt to fill the space commercially, and then they had the relief should they be unsuccessful in
right.
commercial
That's
tenancy.
it.
But that was the units on Station Road, correct? Not the units facing Four Corners.
Now let's see what it
No, it
says.
was the
Oh,
fourth.
it was two potential buildings, one facing Station Road and one kind of to their, the base of their.
Well, the way they
It
say
was
their
500
approval
feet.
says the following: residential apartment or condominium dwelling units may be permitted only on floors other than the first floor of a mixed units structure, except when the structure is located more than 300 linear feet from Federal Road as measured along the road. Such dwelling units may occupy the first, or when mixed unit structure is on a parcel located with a street address on a road other than Federal Road, the first floor shall contain a minimum of 40% commercial with balance residential. If requested by the property owner pursuant to an application for a modified special permit, and upon demonstration by such property owner that despite a good faith marketing plan, all or a portion of the space designated as commercial could not be sold or rented for such use during the first 18 months after the issuance of the certificate of occupancy. The commission may redesignate all or a portion of that space for additional residential use. So I think the intent that we had when we were discussing it has been pretty much covered by the zoning commission. All right. Next item is informal discussion. Got several items there for that. First of all, we got the report that Greg Dombrowski sent on us about pedestrian safety strategy by the state of Connecticut. I don't know if you had time to read it today. I took the time. It's pretty interesting what the state wants to do. But the reason being that amazingly, pedestrian deaths are much higher than deaths from all other traffic accidents. It turns out that 53% increase of number of fatalities was done by pedestrian deaths since 2009 to 2018, and 2% from all other traffic deaths. So there's a big push by the state to make pedestrian crossings more safe. And like I say, it's a pretty interesting document, what the state intends to do. So it is FYI, there's no action required by us, but it is pretty good. Other
Mr.
thing I
Chairman,
wanted
do
to
you have any
discuss,
discussion on it? Is it all right to jump in for a moment?
sure, go right ahead.
It really is, for me, and I read it. I guess the thing is that it's a state document. It's a
Right.
study that was done across a lot of jurisdictions. And I just wonder how it affects us here. And, are there going to be, added costs or regulations or things that we need to take care of because of this, statewide jurisdiction? Or is this something that is just a suggestion to local municipalities? I just don't know whether.
I think Greg said it
one
to
size
us
fits
because
all.
he's going to be, I'm sorry, go ahead. I interrupted you, Alan. I didn't know, I didn't realize I thought you were done. Go ahead.
No, it's just, is it a one size fits all, or can can we, using common sense, adjust it or use it according to what our situation is here?
I don't know exactly on that, but I think one of the reasons why Greg put it out is because of the streetscape activity that he's been championing and working on. A lot of the things that we see in the streetscape, especially like at the four corners there, where with the walkways and so forth, he's already incorporated
Sidewalks.
the sidewalks, et cetera, the lighting. In fact, in the pictures that they show as examples of things that they like, Brookfield's pictures are pictured several times. So I think part of it is streetscape things that we're going to be putting in. I don't know how much local it is, because that typically, when the state DOT sets it up, the negotiation between the town and the state, and typically the DOT is usually pretty heavy in winning on those things.
Mhm.
But we got a good representative in Greg, and I think we
Definitely.
shouldn't worry about this one too much.
Thank you.
Okay. I'm ready to move a little bit on informal discussion. A couple things came in the last couple days. One, Gene found an interesting article about middle housing, which is another form of affordable housing, maybe a little bit bigger. It was an interesting read. However, one of the things I think everybody should be aware of is what Westcog sent me. And they're going to be having a meeting on this in February 10th, I believe, from 6 to 7:30, where they're going to talk about it. It talks about a lot of the bills that are being proposed in Hartford right now. Now, a lot of it looks like they are pushing for more taxes for property owners, and a lot of push toward more affordable housing. I got a big kick out of one of the first ones they did, which was statewide property tax and property tax
mansion tax.
charges. I didn't realize I was living in a mansion.
See that? Neither did I, John.
No.
Seriously.
That was kind of funny.
Well, hopefully, I think one of the things we want to do, I know, is, as I haven't had time to go into the specifics of these bills, but I think we got to make it known to our state rep that things that we are not really happy with, as we review these things, we ought to let Steve Harding know that, and make the first selectman also aware that we're not happy with them. Obviously, SB 171 mansion tax, I'm not happy with.
Now, the mansion tax is a joke because it kicks in at, either of two throttles, 300,000 assessed value or $500,000 or 420,000 market value. And that impacts, like in our town, probably half of the town.
Probably more. I don't think you can buy a ranch house with 3 bedrooms.
Right, exactly.
For under
So
430.
even to call it a mansion tax, it's really just a nice house tax.
That's what it is.
I think it's pretty egregious.
Yeah, and then they want to start talking about a sliding scale for how well you've done on affordable housing with taxes, and then they want surcharges for some municipalities to fund affordable housing. They also have a bill called Desegregate Connecticut. So they want to have a more mixing of the races in towns. So there's a lot of things that are going on. I got a note later today from Westcog saying they are going to have a meeting on this because there's a lot of concerns. And as I look at this, there's Danbury, Darien, Wilton. Some of these have towns, others don't. New Canaan, Darien, several Westcog folks. Anyhow, they're going to have a meeting Wednesday, February 10th at 6 p.m. It's a Zoom meeting. And it's going to go from 6 p.m. to 7:30. Their schedule is to discuss this. I think Westcog will be sending out notes too, saying that they're not happy about it.
John, if you could circulate information about that meeting, that would be great. Because I'd
I
like,
would be glad to support on that teleconference and let you know. Okay, so
Mr. Chair, may I suggest that we send a request to the our representative and ask him for his views on because there was a complete list of bills, and I have to tell you that to actually plug through each and every one of those would be you need to do it in depth. But I would really appreciate it if for our input, if we could find out where he sits on these and any comments about about how he would be voting, and either supporting or amending or any recommendations, because I feel as it seems like are the levels certainly for this particular case are in terms of value. They're unrealistic. We're not talking about mansions. We're talking at middle class.
exactly. Right,
yeah,
that's absolutely right. Ed.
absolutely. I have no problem with sending on the information on to Steve Harden, asking him how he stands on these things.
Do we need a motion for that, John?
Well, we can do a motion. That's the memo that I shared. I don't think Christine has a copy of that.
Yeah, to Alan's point, maybe we need to just amplify it. Maybe it's the motion to send a memo from the committee to Steve Harding requesting an overall view of what the bills coming up to the floor of the Connecticut House is, and two, what his specific position is on the various bills.
Yeah, and I think we ought to, at that same time, send the Westcog memo to him, telling him what the bills that we were very concerned about.
Yeah, and I would suggest that we invite his input if
Yeah.
he feels that he shares our concerns, that if there is a position, if he wants to amend it or feels it would be good to amend it, if he could share that with us as well. I think it's it's one thing just to say up or down vote or yay or nay, but the idea, the principle is probably okay, but the question is, does it fit for Brookfield?
Right.
Well, here's Bill 808. Would property tax surcharge in some municipalities to fund affordable housing? Knowing how this town looks at affordable housing, which hasn't been that great. I mean, come on, guys. I just looked at it and I just couldn't believe it. I know that most likely the Connecticut Association of Realtors will probably also be talking about some of these things in the future too. But yeah, I got no problem with that. Did you make a motion on that one, Bruce? Yeah, I need a second.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, no.
you want me to see if I can invite Mr. Harding to our next meeting?
Good idea.
Not be a good idea if he can. 'Cause we
I
really
know
want-
he has some.
Well, it'd be good that he hears the commission's input on our thoughts regarding all these different things that the legislature is talking about, because clearly it's going to cause some angst amongst his constituents.
Yeah, and there are so many bills in that list, to really, I was
Well,
diving
let's
into.
see, we got 5 members and several alternates. We could assign several of the bills to each people, and that way get a report from everybody on that. Make it a little bit easier.
Do a detailed drill down on each one.
Yeah. You want to do that, guys?
That sounds good, John.
Well, we could start with, let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. George is in here. Let's see who we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can do the first 7. All right. I'll take on, I'll read the SB 171.
The mansion tax.
Yeah. Who's going to read the sliding scale, SB 172?
I'm
I'll
happy to do that.
Alan?
Yep.
Okay. SB 808, property surcharge for some municipalities.
I'll do that one.
Linda?
Tell me again, the name. Which one is it?
SB 808.
Thank you.
SB 712 with proportion school building grants to the level of affordable housing in municipality.
I'll take that.
Rennie, okay. Yeah, that's sort of dirty pool to the people in the Board of Education to do something like that. And then you got HB, House Bill, I guess that is, 6240 provides 100% pilot for state housing authority properties. I don't know what that one means. Or you
I'll
want to do,
take it.
you will take it, Mel?
Yeah.
Let's see, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. SB 804 is to desegregate Connecticut platform. Who wants to do that one? I'm down to Bruce or Scott.
Fine. Yeah, sounds like fun.
Sounds like
I draw the short straw.
Bruce. Okay.
Welcome, Scott.
Some sort of initiation.
Well, I'm going to pass on SB 551 and S55 because that's 2. I'll go to HB 5682, which would require allowing duplexes in all single-family homes. That's yours, Scott, all right?
Oh, that one too? Okay.
Okay, that'd be HB 5682.
Do you want me to take 804, John?
I'm sorry?
You want me to take 804 then?
Yes,
Okay, no worries, I got it.
looks like a fun one to do.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay, we'll do that. That's all I had on informal discussion. Any
All right,
other
and-
topics for formal discussions?
Well, Mr. Chairman, I just want to confirm exactly what we're doing is to read in detail each of the bills in detail, you know what I mean, but
Give us a report, what it is.
to report on what it is and perhaps to make a recommendation and share that with the rest of the commission.
Yep,
Okay.
exactly what, you got it right, Alan.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay.
Okay,
Sounds like a homework assignment.
homework assignment for everybody.
Back
Something
back in
something
high
to do-
school,
something to do on Valentine's Day.
right?
Actually, we don't meet until the 21st, so we're all right. I'm gonna,
I just want to make sure it's not going to be a thesis.
I'm sorry? No,
I
no,
just
I
want to
don't
be sure
expect,
it's not going to be a
I don't
thesis.
expect any thesis.
Okay.
Short and sweet.
Yeah, short and sweet. You got it.
Sounds good.
You know, you could say this is a frickin' disaster. 50% of the homes don't work. We don't have that many mansions in town.
No.
Okay. Anything else, guys? Linda?
Okay, motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second.
Bruce
I
can't
beat,
wait.
I beat
Did I
you.
get a second?
I beat Mel to it.
No,
Bruce
okay.
did, I heard him.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you all.
Thanks, everybody. Be safe in this
Well,
weather.
Yes, see
We're
you.
supposed to get another storm Sunday. Be safe.
Take care.
Right.
You
Hey,
too.
Tom Brady, have a great day.
Bye.
Uh,
Well,